If you're sick of roller coaster dieting and are ready to look and feel your best, unlock that stuck metabolism, love your body again, and experience real and lasting results while never having to diet again, there's only one place to be. The Achievement Coaching with Coach Brett podcast with your host, 30-year fitness and weight loss expert, Brett Reisenhuber, covering pro-metabolic nutrition, expert training methods for any level, developing an unbreakable mental makeup, kick-ass foods, cooking techniques, wine, and cocktails, and insights into helping you design and live your best life. So put in your earbuds, grab a hot or cold drink, and let's get rocking. Hey, what is happening today? I'm stoked. Coach Brett Reisenhuber here, and welcome to the Achievement Coaching Podcast with Coach Brett. That's me, baby. Today, got an awesome program for you. At least I hope you like it. Today, hot sauce, hot dogs, hamburgers, and horseshit. Got it all built up together. And you'd be like, hey, wait a minute. Doesn't Coach Brett teaching us about how to be healthy and how to ramp up the metabolism, just crank it up? Yes, absolutely. But we also got to live life. And we got to have our life, and we got to have it our way. But at the same point, obviously, we got to make some changes, right? I mean, if we eat pizza and beer and ice cream all the time, we're not going to be healthy. We're going to be totally gaining weight, and it ain't going to be that much fun. So we got to figure out how to have our balance in life as well as eating our happy foods. And there's a way to do all of that. That's what I coach my clients on, and I want to share some things with you guys today. So let's start off with hot sauce. I don't know about you. I don't, but I love hot sauce. I'm somebody who likes a hot sauce that's going to have some heat, but not too much, right? I mean, there are some people out there, they go for the crazy on fire burn, going for those ghost peppers and things like that. Now, I do love hot sauce, but to me, having the heat is important in a hot sauce because it's a hot sauce, right? But we want to have flavor. Flavor is number one. In anything you do, you've got to have some flavor, which is also going to lead us to the topics at the end of the show today with the horseshit. But let's talk about the good stuff right now with the hot sauce. There are a couple of hot sauces that I love. And I've always eaten La Victoria Salsa Brava, which is just kind of a cheap, blah, normal, but it had some good flavors. I always liked it. And honestly, I haven't found myself eating that stuff for quite some time, even though I know I have a few bottles of it in the closet or in the pantry, whatever you want to call it. I probably have a bottle or two of it inside the refrigerator. But I want to have, nowadays, I want to have a hot sauce that is built with flavor first, heat second, but have the ingredients that are going to be good for my body and my metabolism also as a component. Now, I don't use a gallon of hot sauce, but I use a good amount. So I want to make sure that those ingredients are actually solid and good for me. What I have here today, I've got two different hot sauces, and I got to tell you, my absolute favorite hot sauce is called Hazmat, Hazmat, and it is an apricot and habanero hot sauce. And I'll tell you, this is the bomb. What did Guy Fieri say? You put this stuff on a flip-flop will taste good. It's got some sweetness to it, not overly sweet. And the habanero part, habaneros, they can be hot, and I love habaneros. Why do I love habaneros? Is it because of the heat? Because of the flavor. It's because of both. Because habaneros are hot, but they've got an amazing flavor. They've got a smoky characteristic to them that is just so good. And apricots, I don't like apricots. I've tried them chocolate covered, dried out, everything. I do not like apricots. It just, I don't like them. It's not like I hate them, but I'm not going to eat them, right? If they're in a sauce, I might do it. But they're in this hot sauce, and it's awesome. Now, the cool thing about this hot sauce is when I read through all of the ingredients, I notice that it's really good stuff. I mean, everything that's in there, it's all good. There's not a lot of horse shit in here. This is good quality materials. And I know the owner of Hazmat, awesome lady, love her to death. She has high standards, and you can tell it by the flavor. and it's an award-winning hot sauce, and that's awesome, right? But if I don't like it, I don't care if it won awards, right? I love it. She's got another hot sauce that is beyond my palate, my desire for heat. It's made with cherries and ghost peppers, and I'm sure if you like super high hot, that's going to be your thing. I can stand a high tolerance of heat better than most, but that is too much for me. It's too much. This, I put it on all kinds of stuff. I love it on my pulled pork tacos. Oh my goodness. I've got a new chorizo that I'm using that's made from free-range boar meat. I put it in with that and some organic eggs. Oh my goodness. So good. So good. All right, so that was my number one choice on hot sauce. Now, number two is one that I have found recently, and it's actually referred as a habanero condiment. It is called Yellowbird sauce. It's made in Texas. And once again, the ingredients, I can actually read these ingredients: organic carrots, onions, habanero peppers, organic distilled vinegar, garlic, organic cane sugar, tangerine juice from concentrate. Not super big fan of anything from concentrate, but a little bit here. Okay, whatever. I got to live my life. We got salt and we got lime juice from concentrate. So all natural, contains no allergens. It is hotter. It is going to be a hotter sauce. So I also do like to use this with the hazmat on those tacos. I'll have to share my taco recipe with you guys in the future. You could actually find my taco recipe on my Facebook page, so feel free to jump over there and look for the taco posts. But the habanero seems to be my thing, and those are my two primary hot sauces. And I've tried millions of different ones. A lot of them come up tasting really vinegary, and I know that there are people out there who love that vinegary hot sauce. The most important thing that I got to tell you about picking your hot sauces is please, 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 please make sure that your hot sauces are quality, from quality ingredients. And that's what I've got with those. So there we go. We started off with some hot sauce. Now, let's talk about hot dogs and hamburgers. I had a massive craving over this past weekend for hot dogs. And I also decided hamburgers would be good too. But the hot dog thing, I love hot dogs. Straight up. I love them. An awesome hot dog on an awesome hot dog bun. And me, traditionally, and some people are going to roll on this one, I like a little bit of Miracle Whip. I like ketchup, onions, tomatoes. That's it. And if it were healthy, I could live on it. But if I ate them all the time, I probably wouldn't live very long. So I decided I wanted to have my hot dogs and I wanted to grill them up over the weekend. Now, my concern had been the ingredients in the hot dogs. So I went to find my hot dogs. They're super high end, they're super big, and I was gonna put them on the best hot dog buns that I've ever found, which are Nathan's hot dog buns. But when I got there and I started looking and I picked up the package that said the hot dogs were uncured, because I don't want all that curing salt crap inside of my food. But when I read the ingredients, I could not find a single package of hot dogs anywhere, any kind of hot dog, that didn't have a bunch of garbage components in them that I just don't want to put into my body, no matter how bad I love hot dogs. I know I'm going to eat hot dogs again. I know it. I'm drooling right now thinking about hot dogs. But I'm going to stay away from them just because I'm trying to heal my metabolism, get my body cranked back up so that it's super healthy, so that I can live the next 52 years. I shared this before. 52 years old right now. I'm coming up on 53. In fact, today, I am 1 month away from my 53rd birthday. So I'm going to up my ante. I want to go for the next 53 years. 106. How's that sound? I'm probably not going to get there if I eat a lot of hot dogs, but I will have them because I do love them. Now, the Nathan's buns, no idea what's in those, but I didn't even get to that point because I didn't buy the hot dogs. So hot dogs got the axe from my craving, and I'm still craving them. I know I'll have them eventually, but no hot dogs. When it came to the next thing, I said, all right, I'm going to do hamburgers instead. So I was able to get some organic, free-range grass-fed beef, and I paid a premium. It was almost $15 a pound, and I added in some seasonings to the meat. I got, instead of using traditional buns that I know have a bunch of things in them that I don't want to eat, I went with my standby sourdough. But what I did, you're going to love this. I got the sourdough rolls. They're actually called the soup bowls. So they're sourdough. It's like a miniature big round, right? So I cut it and I hollowed it out, grilled it up. And I put in the hamburger, I grilled up the hamburger, I put a little cheese on top of it, organic tomatoes, I used some organic sweet onions that I caramelized, and some avocado. With avocado, you don't need organic because that shell is so strong. The research has shown that you don't need to go organic. I'll save $1 or $2 where I can, no problem, and I'm worth it. I would spend the extra money to take care of myself. These hamburgers, OMG, man, they were so good. Would I have still loved to have a hot dog? Oh yeah, I love my hot dogs. But burgers are the bomb. Absolutely love them. So which brings us, now that we've had hot sauce, hot dogs, hamburgers, it's time to talk about the Horseshit. This is going to be one of several times that we'll discuss things like this. It's basically, I got to go back to my past and things that I've shared in previous editions of the podcast. But I used to focus everything on wasn't health as much as you think it is. It's really not. And as I read one of the ingredient labels earlier for one of my primary mainstays that I had in my weight loss lifestyle were things that a lot of people in the industry use because they're 0 calorie or ultra low calorie. They're all sugar free, and most of them are calorie free. And the primary one that I used to use was called Walden Farms. Now, I hate to put anybody down, but Walden Farms, their products, they're fake. They're all chemicals. 100%. And I'm going to share my number one. I haven't thrown it all away because I want to get some content for you on these because they're crazy. Everything says shake well, but my favorite was pancake syrup. Walden Farms pancake syrup. I like sweets. I do. I like to have some sweet foods. I like sweetness in my foods. Now, if I make a sauce, 9 out of 10 times, it's going to have a little bit of sweet to it. But traditionally, everybody, when they're in their weight loss environment and mindset, sugar becomes the devil. And the truth is, it shouldn't. And we're going to talk about why here. But I've thrown away so many of these products. I threw away large bags of Splenda. Walden Farms. When I was pulling out this jar that I have in front of me of the Walden Farms pancake syrup, 2 other jars fell onto the ground. One of them was one of my favorites, which is a habanero ketchup. It's from Iowa Smokehouse, and I am going to talk about that one another time. But, oh my gosh, so good, but it broke. It made a massive mess. The Walden Farms, I had 2 bottles of it, they just bounced around. So they are in super strong glass, and Walden Farms, good job on the glass. Iowa Smokehouse, we got to work on it because I've broken far too many of your things. But we used to get so caught up in weight loss that we forgot about health. And the truth is, I found a better way, right? And the better way is to avoid this crap and move to pro-metabolic nutrition. That's what I do in the Achievement Coaching program. And this 0 calorie shit is just nasty for your body. And when I sat down today and I read the ingredients on the Walden Farms pancake syrup, it literally put a tear to my eye that I used to ingest this at the quantities that I did. I'm still finding bottles of Walden Farms pancake syrup in all kinds of obscure places because I used to buy multiple bottles of it. Anytime I found it at the grocery, I'd buy more. And I cooked with it. I don't know what heat did when I cooked with it, but it couldn't have been good because when you have all these chemicals and you add heat to it, it changes them. When you mix them with other chemicals, it changes them. And sometimes it can produce some really bad stuff. So just a couple things on the ingredients. Number 1 is water. How nice. Then it goes to cellulose gum, natural and artificial flavors. Anything that says natural and artificial flavors, you can assume is bad for you. In fact, if you go and look at one of my newer trainings in my Facebook group, Free Weight Loss Success Club, I've got a training where I talk about all of the different additives, colors, preservatives, all that kind of stuff. Natural and artificial flavors are not going to be something that you want to put in your body. They're not good for you. We got salt, we got sodium benzenate, potassium sorbate, to preserve freshness, which there ain't nothing in this stuff that's fresh. This is all chemicals. Sucralose, lactic acid, sodium bisulfate, and here's my favorite, xanthan gum, not good for you at all. Caramel color, guar gum, not good for you at all. Modified gum, acacia, don't even know what that is. Carob gum, another gum. Beta carotene color, Not just beta-carotene, but beta-carotene color. What the hell is that? And contains sulfites. And by the way, sulfites, that was the thing I was trying to avoid with the hot dogs. And Walden Farms, I mean, they have a lot of products. And I've got a whole bunch of them that I just pulled together and they hit the garbage. People say, oh, you're throwing away food. You shouldn't throw away food. This is not food. These are chemicals. These are chemicals. They got salad dressings. I found with Walden Farms, I was putting on my cottage cheese their chocolate syrup. And oh my God, it was so good. So good. Walden Farms chocolate syrup. And guess what? It's made with the same shit. These things all just straight up are not good for our body. And the more you put this stuff into your body, the more it just continues to degrade your metabolism, not to mention your overall health. Carcinogens going crazy in all of these things. Got to make sure that we are eating the right foods and the right nutrition plans, the right diets. And I'm not even getting into things like the keto and all that kind of stuff. I mean, when I went to the grocery store today, I got to tell you, at the line at the grocery store, when you get up there, they had 4 magazines right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them were on something about diet. One of them was on intermittent fasting, a whole magazine about intermittent fasting. The one right beside it, it's all about keto. I don't even remember the other 2, but they were about something to do with diet, and it was all the same kind of stuff. You can live an awesome life and enjoy your food without eliminating all this stuff. The pancake syrup, I get it. If you have syrup on your pancakes or whatever, there's going to be some calories in it. But your metabolism should be strong enough that you can handle that. Guess what else you can handle on your pancakes? Some butter. You can also handle a couple of fried eggs cooked in ghee or butter or coconut oil, whatever. Before I started on today's podcast, I went down, I had my cup of coffee. I like to add a little bit of heavy cream to my coffee. And nowadays, rather than adding the Splenda, because I threw that shit away, I add sugar. And I said, all right, I use 2 spoonfuls of sugar. And the spoons that I use, they are my grandson's spoons, and he's 3.5. These are small spoons. I have them in my vanilla sugar. I put vanilla beans in with the sugar, give it a little characteristic of flavor, and it's so good. I've just always done that. So I actually zeroed out the scale, put the cup on the scale, and weighed out how much sugar I put into a full cup of coffee. It was 14 grams. So then I hopped on to Google and I typed in how many calories are in 14 grams of sugar. And it was somewhere around 50. And I'm thinking 50 calories. It's all I put in for sugar inside of my coffee. I used to put in 0 calories, but it was all chemicals. The cream, I always put in my coffee. I love cream in my coffee. I do not want milk in my coffee. I want cream in my coffee. So I accept that as a norm. But I changed and I added a whopping 50 calories to my coffee. How can we worry that much about 50 calories? You go walk around the block, you'll burn off 50 calories. You put in the chemicals into your body, that's not good. You ain't gonna get rid of them that quickly. Now, I know, ladies, a lot of you have very low caloric intakes. I've seen personally from clients at 1,200 calories not losing weight. So when you look at it from that perspective, where does 50 calories fit in? It fits in, and you're like, no, it doesn't fit in. I can't have that extra 50 calories. Now, I only get 1,200 calories a day. That takes me to 1,250. That's not good. And I hear you. I do. But what if your metabolism was stronger? What if your metabolism was faster? Because ladies, your caloric intake on average should be in 1,800 to 2,200 range. And that's just an average, right? Everybody's going to be a little bit different. So from that perspective, if you're at 1,800, 1,900 calories, 50 calories of having a little bit of sugar in your coffee is really not that big of a deal. But if you're starving yourself at 1,200 calories and you're not losing weight, we got some metabolic issues going on there. And if you've been stuck at 1,200 calories for a long time and not seeing results and you're frustrated, I hear you. You shouldn't be frustrated. You should be downright pissed off because you're getting the wrong information. Your metabolism has slowed down and it is reversible when you do it the right way. And the first way to do it, guys and girls, is cut out this horseshit fake food. 0 calorie pancake syrup, 0 calorie chocolate syrup. Even if they taste good, they're not real. We should not be fed this shit. This is not something that should be put into our bodies. That's why I'm really happy that I checked out my hot sauces, and they are good. They do not have a bunch of garbage in them. So these 2 containers here, I'm going to try to take a couple pictures of them. I'll put a post up on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm going to be throwing them away. I've got a whole bunch of things on my desk behind me that I will get into in more detail on another podcast. But, right now, all I could say is let's eat real. Let's eat real good food. Let's increase our metabolisms, right? Let's speed things up. Let's have more energy. Let's have a better body. Let's feel better. Let's sleep better. By the way, if you don't sleep good, there's a strong chance that the reason of that has to do with your metabolism. If you have a strong running metabolism, you should be sleeping like a baby. You should be sleeping awesome, better than a baby, because they wake up all the time. And be out, and you'll be burning fat while you're sleeping too, which is awesome. That's the way to go. So I found a better way. I love my better way. I love the foods that I consume. And this stuff, the hazmat and the habanero condiment, they're here to stay. The pancake syrup, the chocolate syrup from Walden Farms, it's got to go. And I will be breaking the bottles when I throw them away so that there's no chance somebody else is going to go off and consume this shit, because there's no nutritional value whatsoever in any of this stuff. So with that being said, hey, you can get grass-fed meat, have a good time with it. I like it, and you can flavor it up. I actually, step back, segue. I forgot to tell you guys what I put into the hamburger and the caramelized onions. It was a sauce that I had heard about before, and I tried it, and it's called the original Japanese barbecue sauce from Bachan's. B-A-C-H-A-N''S. Bachan's. There you go. The original Japanese barbecue sauce. I'd never tried it before, and I don't believe I don't have the bottle up here with me right now, because I'll tell you what, it does have some calories in it. It's not overboard with calories. It's kind of like a teriyaki-like sauce. And pretty much everything in it is organic. There is nothing bad in it. And it was pretty good. I've only tried it once, but I did enjoy the flavors that came from it. And heck, I'm getting hungry right now. I've got some of those caramelized onions left with that Bachan's sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and try that on my tacos for lunch. So there you go. Hey guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. Podcast number 3, hot sauce, hot dogs, hamburgers, and horse shit. This is the Achievement Coaching Podcast with Coach Brett, and I am totally stoked to have been here with you guys today. Eat healthy, eat right, ramp up your metabolism, and have an amazing life. Take care. Coach Brett, I'm out.